Welcome, Scorpios. This is your May 25th to May 31st reading. And your theme for this week is going to be health and daily routines. And we have Saturn entering Aries on May 25th. And that's going to impact you the most here. And what that means is it's going to be beneficial to you to implement structure in your daily life. And you're being guided to focus on building healthy habits and routines that support your health and wellness and your well-being. So let's see what else we have. The Five of Wands here. So you may be experiencing a little bit of contrast or some struggles here as well. So this could be with you just getting back on track with your fitness goals, or you may just be feeling like a little low energy, or that you just need a little bit of break from it. But we also have the Queen of Pentacles here. So even though you may be wanting to take a little bit of a break, you still show up as confident, as comfortable in your skin, and content here. Cheery, energetic, all of those things. And when I say energetic, I still mean there is this fluctuation here of you may not want to work out 5 times a week as per your normal schedule. You may only want to work out 2 times or 3 times, you know what I mean? So and then there may be other areas where you do feel more energy. So if you typically lift weights or something like that, you may decide I'm just gonna take some walks and get some steps in, and that's it. So either way, I feel like you are deciding what you feel comfortable with and what feels good to you, and that's what you're going to do this week. Just allow yourself to just feel what you feel. We also have the Lovers here, and yeah, you could also be just experiencing when I say we know that there's a little bit of contrast here, there's a little bit of difficulty here, but there's also happiness and contentment and fulfillment. So that could be in relationships, that could be with your health and wellness. And like I said, I feel like you're at the place where it's okay, maybe I won't do my full routines, but I'm gonna compromise and create some balance here for myself and do what feels good. So we also have the Magician coming through. So this is you really, again, being confident and taking action on the parts that you feel comfortable with. You may also find, I'm hearing, just as it relates to drinking your water and staying hydrated, and also, darn, there was something else I was going to mention. I lost it that quick. But I just see you kind of balancing things out. I was okay, maybe I'm not going to work out as much as but I'm going to eat healthy. That's what I was going to say. I see you just creating that balance there where you're okay, if I don't work out, then I'm at least eat a healthy meal for dinner. Okay, so you are utilizing your talents and your knowledge and wisdom to keep yourself on one accord, keep yourself healthy, keep yourself well, but also just relax in the areas where you want to and where you feel it's necessary for you to replenish your soul. We have the World here, and all right, so this is really success coming through for you, good fortune, you closing out cycles and opening new ones. So we starting out with a little bit of contrast and conflict, you working through it, balancing things out, doing what feels good to you, but still trying to stay focused and stay on track. And you sort of closing out the cycles where you felt a little all over the place or discontent, and opening up new chapters to where you can feel amazing, excellent, awesome. You can feel as one with the divine and with the universe and source. Okay, so let's get a couple oracles here. Okay, so we have the Lotus awakening within you and you being a master of light. I like that. We also have you tearing down walls and giving and receiving comfort and warmth. Okay, so yeah, anything that you're going through here, you have the ability and the power to comfort yourself and to be there and be of support to yourself. And this may come through your partner. They may offer some support to you, friends, soul family, but this is also you giving that love and support to yourself that you need at this time. So let's look at some challenges that may come through. So we have the 8 of Wands here. Okay, so you may feel a little bit of a struggle, like to get things rolling, to start moving forward here. And you may like struggle a little bit with like how to balance things out and like what you truly want to do and what feels good to you. We also have the 9 of Cups here. So you may also be just working through some emotional states here. So this could create sort of like an emotional, I don't want to say like turmoil, but just a little bit of emotional dissonance within you. So you could have like a couple of days where you're feeling like, all right, yeah, even the emotions, I need to just take time to get myself together and to just feel better and work on my mental health. So we have 2 of Cups here as well. So yeah, you could, and this is sort of taking a little bit of a side note here, sidestep, but you could also have love coming to you here. So I'm seeing that in a couple different areas. So just as a side note, that may be something that is available to you if that is something that you're open to and something that you are desiring. Okay, but yeah, there is a little bit of a challenge or contrast with you aligning with who you authentically are and just again figuring this out. But we talked about that here. So we have Ace of Swords here as well. Okay, so this is you may experience a little bit of challenge with letting go of any negative energies, any low vibrational energies, any actions, thoughts, behaviors, belief systems that are prohibiting you from really stepping into your health and wellness routines or achieving and accomplishing some goals that you have as it relates to health and wellness. We also have the 6 of Cups here. Okay, so you may also just be really comfortable the way that things are and not necessarily wanting to switch up your routine or change things around. And so that may cause like a little bit of procrastination or just like not wanting to deal with it. And there is opportunity here for you to connect with your inner child as well and just maybe see what's going on there, how they're doing, how they're feeling. They may need protection, they may need support, and you doing that, and you can look up meditations on that, or you can do it in any other way. Journaling is helpful, but just any way that you're able to connect with your inner child and just kind of check on them and give them some unconditional love and support is going to be helpful to you, because that is something that is really going to help you to persevere here and get through the week. There is also some gifts and talents here, because we have the Magician here. We also have the 6 of Cups, which could identify or indicate that you have some talents and abilities and skills that could be beneficial to you. Okay, so you may want to consider that, and don't be afraid to explore that area or that side of yourself. So what else do we have by way of challenges? Okay, so you may find that in forgiving yourself, and that looks as though it may be a little bit of a struggle for some of you, but if you're able to forgive yourself and forgive anyone involved in the situation, or wherever you're at, wherever you're applying this to, if you can practice forgiveness of yourself and others, that is going to be your breakthrough. That is going to support you again in this process of you kind of deciding how you want to really I don't want to say like enjoy the week, but how you want to experience the week. And how you want to enjoy the week, but just how you want your experience for the week to go, because it's like you're setting the tone And this is like the things that may surface as you're doing that and as you're figuring things out. So forgiveness will be helpful. So let's also look at underlying fears, which you have going on in the subconscious. So we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you may actually be healing from some trauma or from a breakup or from just any sort of situation or scenario that you would define as being negative. You could be in the process of healing from that, and that could also be why there is a little bit of a struggle here to try to get back into your normal routines and just feeling great again. And this is not going to be for everybody, so only take what resonates. We also have, let's see, the Page of Swords, and you may be wondering, like, if you're courageous enough, if you're brave enough, if you're strong enough, if you're passionate enough to really persevere this week and to go within and connect and lead yourself through these challenges. Okay. What else? Okay, so we have the Empress here. All right, so yeah, you just may not be feeling as passionate. You may not be feeling as, sexy or as beautiful. And, all of those things are just not true. Look how beautiful this woman is here. And it's not even about gender. I'm not seeing gender here. I'm just saying, just look how beautiful she is. And know that this is you. This is all your beauty, all your glory, all of your wisdom and knowledge and just information here that you do have. And you are being guided to just remember how powerful you are. Remember who you are is what I'm hearing. Okay. Let's see, where do we want to go? Yeah, let's get a couple more here. So we have the Five of Pentacles and also the Moon. Wonderful. Yeah, so you're definitely being guided to go within, and that's something that may come up as being difficult for you this week here. So especially if you are just feeling drained and you need time to really replenish your cup here. We have the Five of Pentacles as well. So this is you maybe focusing a little too much on the physical world and the 3D, and that impacting your ability to be more spiritual, to be more connected, to open, and it's likely already open, but to, further open that third eye and to connect more deeply within and receive those downloads and messages and guidance here. So that could be about your health and well-being in ways that you can adjust your schedule or your routine so that it works better for you. So this is about you. And some of you may even be like fearing that you're not able to do this. And others of you may just be like wanting a deeper connection and wanting to work towards that. Okay. So let's look at potential outcomes here. Okay. So what's going to be most beneficial to you with this Devil is to identify like those little vices, and you know what they are, like those little things that are keeping you stuck. And it could be big things or it could be small things. It could be like tangible things that you're doing, like smoking, drinking, overeating, not getting your exercise, not eating healthy, things like that. Or it could be internally, like your mental health, your mental well-being. And I'm not here to I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not trying to give you any advice as your mental health is concerned. What I would say as it relates to that is to definitely reach out and connect with soul family or connect with licensed medical professionals if you feel like you do need that. But this could also be like just about your thoughts and your energy level and your beliefs and ideas and strategies for how you're going to work on these things. So it could be a little deeper or not as deep, but it is, if you're able to let go of the things that are holding you back, even the smallest things, it's going to create like such huge rewards for you. So letting go of those things is going to open up the door for blessings and prosperity and abundance to come through to you. Okay. So if you're able to do that, then you will have more blessings. But if not, then they will come later when you're able to do that. So we also have the Three of Wands here. Okay, so this is looking like new opportunities coming through to you, and that would make sense here because this is about you kind of like shaking up the status quo here and finding other ways to be healthy, to create and be in the environment that you desire. This is also about you remembering your original plans. So why you came here, what you came here to do, the gifts and talents that we talked about are available to you. This is about you remembering those things and remembering your life purpose and continuing to take inspired action toward that. And in some way, this health and wellness must be incorporated into that process because obviously, for obvious reasons, like it's going to be difficult to live your life purpose if you do have significant health issues. Okay. So the more that you're able to manage that, the more you will be able to focus on what you came here to do. And I'm talking to myself as we're doing this because I'm like, yeah, excuse me, that's great advice that, you know, I'm also working on. So I'm not trying to come for you in any way. We have the King of Swords here as well. So you may want to take a more analytical approach to this and consider from a logical perspective, from an analytical perspective, like what makes the most sense. Like obviously, if you do want to get in a little more exercise or you want to change your routine, you may want to plan for that. You may even look at the time of day that you're doing things. So this is really about also, like, if you do want to make adjustments and changes, like you would want to do those types of changes that you feel comfortable with and that you feel like you can accomplish and achieve. Okay, so that's what this is speaking of, about being logical in your approach and like not taking on more than you know up front that you can handle. So if you really only work out for 30 minutes, like saying like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna work out for an hour and a half. You know what I mean? So this is like, yeah, you know, it's probably more reasonable to say like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna try 45 minutes instead of like an hour and a half. You know what I mean? And like raise your time from that point. So hopefully you understand kind of like what I'm saying here. So we have the Four of Pentacles as well. Okay, so this is you maybe holding on a little too tightly to your routines and not being open to adjust them. You may find that there's even more adjustments that you can make to make yourself feel comfortable. So yes, you may make changes here, and that's all wonderful and that's all good. But this is like an experiment, and it's all about the journey. So just try different things, experiment, and do what works for you. Okay, so let's get some oracles here. So we have perspective. Yes, even taking yourself out of the situation and viewing everything as an observer may help you to be more objective and help you to identify other potential solutions. So we have your spirit evolving here as well. So that is sort of an elevated viewpoint on things and an elevated standpoint. So that's something you can do. This is also you connecting within to ask that information and to open your mind up to receive the ideas, to receive the guidance that is available to you from your higher self and source and your guides and angels and spirit team. So we have some positive aspects and characteristics of Virgo that may be beneficial to you, such as being analytical. We talked about that. Also more organization. We talked about being practical as well, and also really focusing on your goals and taking inspired action toward them, because it's one thing to adjust the routine, but then if you just don't do it, then you don't know if it worked or not, obviously. So, and you know that, but these are, again, just some qualities that may be helpful to you in this process. And we also have Yamaya here with healing, trust, and nurturing your inner divine feminine that connects you to your spiritual gifts, which we talked about. So that is something that would be very helpful to you as well. So call in those divine feminine aspects, your intuition, your emotional intelligence, your compassion, your understanding, and as always, has no gender, but just your connection with source and with the higher self, so that you can receive that guidance that you're seeking. Okay, Scorpio, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how this resonates, and have a wonderful week.